we had some teachers who were like, well, we were kind of asking for it, guys.
Really?
And it was like, you know, so I just feel like nowadays there's so much, people want to, I mean, it's guised as not compassion, but like empathy. I don't know what it's guised as, but whatever the fuck it is.
Tolerance?
Yeah, it's guised as tolerance, but it ends up becoming intolerance to the other end of the spectrum.
It's like,
okay,
it's really weird as a fucking dirty liberal myself. It's weird to see liberals be so afraid to touch Muslims at all. Extremist Muslims.
Okay.
They're terrified. But they'll gladly shit on a Christian. Like, it's funny. Everyone does it. It's like, oh, you fucking stupid Christians believe your God ate eggs or whatever. Fuck you or whatever.
Yep.
Oh, what are you stupid? You got crucified, you faggot.
Yep.
But it's like nobody... I mean, God, nobody's going to touch Islam.
So
beyond joking.
So who's Anita Sarkeesian's kind of little puppet guy? What's his name?
Fucking John McIntosh, whatever.
Oh yeah. So John McIntosh or whatever his name is, and when the French cartoon artist died.
Oh, don't even. Yeah, that's a great example.
Yeah.
I was so.
So it's like here it was like this time to, you know, not just mourn but celebrate the work of this person and
these artists,
right, and the fact that he was not going to be bullied by, he was going to have his own opinions, you know, he was going to speak out about things that if you look at his cartoons, they were actually very, you know, I think they were fair in a lot of the assessments they made. Obviously it's a cartoon, so you're making fun of shit, but the fact that his death then became a Twitter point for them to say, oh yeah, what was it? Je suis Charlie means white lives matter.
Yeah.
It was like, what fucking, that is so liberal. It's like in its own, it's like.
But what's weird is they have no problem doing it to everybody else. I don't get it.
Yeah.
And this, like I said, it's coming from somebody who is a fucking self-proclaimed asshole.
Just evil. Blows. Yeah, it is. It goes from like, it just boggles logic, and it's just so far out there, and it's so transparently just evil. I guess
I would call that evil. That's just that.
That's it's taking the death of someone who was
making about them.
Yeah, making about them, and this is a person who was about free speech. This is about a person who was an artist. You'd think from like a liberal standpoint, like they're kind of a poster child, but no. Their death now becomes because they weren't someone from Ferguson or something, and people were upset about it. And that's also to say that nobody was protesting or marching or caring about all the Ferguson shit. That was all over the internet. Everyone was a part of that.
Oh yeah.
So the idea that they could use that as a bullet point to try to equate those in any way, just shows how absolutely insane that far side of the spectrum is.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I mean, even that guy, if I can say what I say, that guy also, weirdly enough, has really weird communist ideas.
I bet he does.
Like he's openly said like, yeah, free speech and free market, it's terrible. I guess. What do you? Look, he did that.
Wait, what would without free speech then what?
I think he's so far left. He's seriously level, which is fine, but it's weird to see that idea.
What's beyond free speech though?
Basically, say what I like and I prove it.
Oh, got it. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Shit.
Well, that's actually how he works too, because because there was a comment made about what was it? There was something about Bloodborne being too violent or something. Yeah. And it was like, yeah, but I guess Bloodborne's out, but it's okay, 'cause games, or whatever he wrote. And then somebody made a comment, and I just wrote, in a reply, all I wrote was, I think it's pretty fair to say that that this is clearly a parody account.
Yeah.
Instantly blocked.
Yeah.
Instantly blocked.
They've got weird block bots set up.
I'm on a blacklist.
Oh, is there block bots?
No, you got blocked by him, but my point is, I've been blocked by people I've never even seen, ever talked to on Twitter before. I'll click someone's profile who's like in that group, I'm already blocked. Like, what? They have block lists. That's how afraid they are. They're cowards.
And then I had a little tirade about that, just about like, you know, if you're gonna sit here on a public platform and spout your opinions at people like it's goddamn gospel, and you can't handle anyone even having, I didn't even challenge his fucking opinion. It was literally just a joke.
What's so fucking ironic and so funny, it's savory.
Yeah.
They have this like, we're being put down, we're the minority group, don't put us down.
Yeah.
And then if you have any conflicting views, they block you immediately.
Exactly.
I drew a picture of Revolution 60, that Brian Awu game, blocked. Just drew a picture of it.
Well, Chris, What did you draw?
Okay.
What did you draw?
Okay, I exaggerated it a bit.
I was blocked by fucking Tim Schafer. All I did was retweet a joke that was like, it was a stupid sock puppet joke that he made. It wasn't funny.
Yeah, you know what? He must have...
He started with two, he's like, there was somebody did some
That day, yeah, that biddy.
Yeah.
Anyway, dude, I can imagine, like, after, if there are block bots or whatever, that alone, when something like that happens, right?
They go
they just, like, full force blocking.
Overwhelmed.
There must have been, like, 30,000, 40,000 blocks.
More than that.
Just, like, blah, just, like, blocking everybody.
Yeah.
Like, if you wrote anything that had the word sock in it, you were done.
Yeah.
Fucking... It's just amazing that these are the people who believe that in some way...
They don't believe. They.
Or at least they appear, or at least they say, or at least they're putting on the image that they are in some way trying to be harbingers of a better future or of some kind of cause, when the truth is they're little fucking children who have no spines, who feel like their opinions are more important than everyone else, and anyone with a differing opinion is a brute and a Cro-Magnon beast, and they just can't handle having any kind of actual discussion about it.
Discussion's scary.
Yeah,
what if somebody has a different opinion?
I would fucking love to sit down. You know me, dude. I'm super civil, man. I would love to just have an honest debate. I know exactly how some of these conversations would go. I don't know, but I kind of know from dealing with other people that seem like them, that we could have the most... I could go in with the best of intentions, be as patient as possible, but if I was honest and asked direct questions, that this shit would get so out of hand that they would be red-faced flush, flipping table, angry, and just be like, you just don't get it, you know?
You fucking racist.
Yeah. Like, I can sense that from
Mick, you're a minority, so you actually, you overpower their voices. It's funny. But they would say you're a self-loathing Asian.
Yeah, something like that.
You got a bear though, Mick.
I love my Asian side. When I sign my
internalized racism.
When I go across,
say, yellow smello.
I only said that once, and I said it to you when I was pointing at your dirty piss stains. But I whenever I come into the country or leave the country or whatever, when I have to fill out the forms and shit, I always write Asian American. I've always done that since I was a kid. That's what I did, and I never changed it. I mean, now I don't look Asian at all, but when I was a kid, I did, and I was with my Asian family, so it just made sense that I would do that. Okay. Speaking of Chris Cuniff, who the flip? Kniffy.
Okay, change your last name.
Kniffy?
It's pissing everybody off here, as you can tell.
You're like shaking your head.
Chris right now is breathing heavily, and he has a red face, and there's tears down his eyes.
Yeah. He's turning green.
Yeah. I'm really pissed.
He asks, have you ever traveled overseas? If so, where?
Yes, Ireland.
Was that it? Just Ireland?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, he stayed at a hotel that was like right next to me. He didn't even say hi to me once.
Wait a minute. No.
Yeah.
You liar.
I saw him one day and ran back to my place.
Door said, "Don't come in."
Yeah.
You had both hands on the door. You're breathing heavily.
I was like, "What?"
You're so scared. Sweating.
Don't come in, I have a gun.
Zach visited me. You visited me twice.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't. I visited you once.
It was not twice.
There was once. I visited you.
It was just so long. It felt like twice.
It was September to November 2012.
It was too long.
It was cool.
Was it?
Me and Zach, we saw many things.
Okay, hold on. Somebody goes to Ireland. Like, you're in Ireland, right, Chris?
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, I want to go to Ireland.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, come on over.
Yeah.
What the fuck do we do? What do we do?
Okay.
And I'm like, hey, I'm coming out to Ireland. And you're like, oh, okay, yeah. And you're like, yeah, I got a whole week of shit planned. Let's go. Okay. What's on this list?
Okay, it's exactly what Aaron and Susie did when they visited. So I showed them the quarry in Wexford, which is...
So you showed them a big rock hole, okay?
Yeah, we showed them Johnstown Castle from the inside.
So you showed them an old rock building, okay?
Yeah, we showed them the outside of our flat where you can see people fingering each other in the streets.
That actually sounds...
It's pretty sweet. We went to my mom and dad's house to play basketball and play cards.
Alright.
It was fun.
You didn't take him to the Guinness factory?
Oh, we went to Dublin. Went to Phoenix Park. We went on a shitty ghost tour that was horrible.
Why was it horrible?
Because, this is... Wow.
Because ghosts ain't real.
Never even talked about this. We got on a ghost bus tour where you get onto a spooky bus, right? And this is like a big thing to do in Dublin apparently, but
just so you know, I'm sorry, Ghost Bus Tour sounds a little bit like Ghost. Never mind, I'm gonna cut that.
What are you gonna say?
It sounds like Ghostbusters. We're going Ghostbus Tour. We're going on the Ghostbus Tour.
You're leaving that in.
No, I'm cutting it.
Leave it.
Cut it.
Okay, I'll cut it.
I'm so bad with these stupid puns. Go on.
Okay, I liked it, but okay, so you get on the bus, and they're like, we're gonna bring you to all the ghostly parts of Dublin, okay? So you get on the bus, and they like furnish it from the inside, so it looks like a ghost house on the inside of the bus.
Okay.
Of a double-decker bus. And
that's kind of fun.
They black out the windows and put curtains over it, so it's fucking dark inside.
Oh.
Okay, and then this guy came on. He came up onto the bus, the tour guide, and he was like, "Hello, I'm going to show you around Dublin." and we were like, "Okay." And then he okay.
How many people were on this tour, by the way?
Let's say 30.
Oh wow. Okay.
So
that's a lot.
I know. And then. Okay, so we get on the bus, and they were like, we're gonna bring you around, show you the scariest places in Dublin, woo! Then they drive you around, and they park outside of hotels where you like look 50 feet across at the building, you're like, that's where someone died! And you're like, okay.
And then you speed off.
No, and then it's like, and then they brought us to this shitty graveyard where like, a bunch of monks died here. It's like, oh shit!
Wait, there's
really?
There's like
there's just a bunch of monks. Fucking everywhere.
For God's sake, Chris, spill the beans.
Okay.
Finish that thought. There's dead people in your wood.
Let's move on.
So what happens?
Does that make me look like a serial killer?
No.
But you know, they brought us to a monastery.
I found the duffel bag.
You found the duffel bag?
I turned it to police.
Okay. Good.
Do you know what's gonna happen to you, you fucking monster? Chris, the autopsy showed her trying to resist. I don't know what you did. Listen to me, I don't know what you did, but you're gonna be caught and you're gonna rot in prison, you fucking scumbag. I don't know.
Not if I kill you with this chainsaw.
I don't know. Turn that off. This is serious. This is to every viewer. I hope you know the kind of fucking person I live with. I hope you stay up every night thinking about what you fucking did to ruin that family's life.
I did.
So how was the rest of the tour? What happened?
It was fine. I mean, no, it was shit.
It's so weird because when I think of Ireland, I do think of castles. I do think of ghosts. I do think of all sorts of spooky ass Celtic spooks.
My uncle works at this really cool castle, and he let us into it. And I'm pretty sure you saw that too, Zach.
My uncle's going to the castle.
Zach, did you like Johnstown Castle?
Well, yeah, it was alright.
Okay. See?
The castle.
Do they have an equivalent of like London Tower, where like they have like castles with torture chambers?
There's a damn goose in the front yard of the castle. That's spooky more than anything.
That's another thing we did. We looked at Selsker Abbey. That's
what?
just like
What?
that's like 1 minute.
Is that anything? You said?
It's 1 minute away from where I used to live in town.
And what was it?
It was an old kind of a castle settlement thing where they had like okay, so this lady was doing a tour and she was like, okay, so this is the entrance. When Vikings used to run in here and invade, they used to get pots of fire and pour it on people.
Was she talking like that excited about it?
She was delighted. And then and right in that door there was these like 4 tiny holes in the wall with bars, but it was like, this is where they put the bad people. It's like sweet, dude. Ireland is cool.
Can you imagine like the person before her got fired because it was like, you're making this sound too depressing. We need to be a little bit more excited. We have tourists here. We don't want people to go kill themselves after this.
I remember the highlight of their trip to Ireland was when we went to the castle. It was me, Niles, Aaron, Susie, and Barry, and Jack and Patty. And we bought a football thing. Yeah. And Niall ran up to the football and he tried kicking it at the wall, but he kicked it into his own head. He kicked the ball in his own face.
How did he do that?
It was the funniest thing.
He's a real life Charlie Brown.
I was gonna say that's just like Charlie Brown.
This is what
he was also he was on your Dark Souls stream or something like that. Didn't he like fucking face plant into the ground?
That was when we were playing Resident Evil for Chris's channel.
He almost killed himself.
He really he's walking like a fucking toddler, just fell over it.
Well, okay, do you remember when Niall, is this mean to say when Niall was at his fattest?
No, he's skinny now.
He lost
so.
80 pounds.
Yeah. So he was.
He's in good shape
He
now,
was
so
chunkier, but when he was at his chunkiest, he was adorable when he fucked up things. So when he fell on that floor, that was the funniest thing. It was
Watching
It was like
okay, it's fat people falling over is way funnier than skinny people falling over.
Yeah,
skinny people falling over. You just think like the Holocaust or something like that.
Simon Pegg's partner, what's his
Nick
name?
Frost.
Yeah, Nick Frost. Yeah, he's got like a little Nick
So
Frost.
when I saw that beautiful Niall Murray at his fat titties kicking that ball into his own head, that was a good day.
Hush, little baby, don't say a word because Mama's got to buy you a
Okay, this is interesting. This is from Creeps McPasta.
Oh, I like
that
him.
guy.
He's nice.
Oh, hey there.
All right.
He knows what I'm talking about.
didn't see you
Here's
there.
a super creepy, spooky question. Are you ready? You guys always talk about the strange and dark times in your childhood.
What?
You always talk about the strange and dark times in your childhood. So for a change of tone, what is the happiest memory from your childhood?
Oh my
My
god.
father towering over me, screaming, "Why is there blood?"
Zach,
His penis was out.
He's pinos.
I thought the happiest time was when your dad protected you from the guy by doing a backflip.
Yes, that is a real
My
story.
happiest memory is this happy memories?
Yeah, what's the happiest memory from your childhood?
Okay, one time I was in the Irish countryside near my grandmother's house, sitting under a beautiful apple tree, and the sun was shining down, beating down on the
Shut
tree.
the fuck up.
No, this is serious. I was in the shade. It was perfect day.
Yeah.
When a actual horse walked up to me, and being under an apple tree, I grabbed the apple and I fed it to the horse. He ran away into the sunset, and it was the nicest moment I've ever seen.
Are you being serious?
That is true. He told it before.
Oh my god,
when I
he's
first met
being
him.
serious.
When I first met him, but
That's a beautiful story,
one
Chris.
day when I was about
Horse
12,
looked back and went, he ran away.
one day when I was 12, I was laying on the grass under an apple tree.
And I looked down and went,
No, that's not true. It was sort of yours, but not directly yours.
Okay.
I picked up a fucking fat worm from the ground. I held it up to the sky and said, "Wonderful!" A big hawk came down, picked it up, and grabbed me by the hand, and he flew me over the earth and showed me it. He flew back down.
Zach, do you want to do an eagle improv?
Okay.
Okay, Mick, do you want to take part in our eagle improv?
Sure.
Okay, I'll start the story and Zach will go and you go, okay?
Alright.
Okay, Mick is sitting in the sitting room when a giant American bald eagle smashes through the window with a small jewel in his talon. He opens his talon to give the jewel.
Nick grabs the jewel with his big fucking crypt keeper hand. He looks at it and hisses.
Yes!
He then grabs the eagle by its head.
Why are you speaking third person? It's you.
I swing the eagle by its neck like a lasso over my head and fling it into the sky while grabbing its leg. It then pulls me up into the outer stratosphere.
Mick grabs the small jewel in his hand.
Yes.
He's nearing the sun. He throws the jewel. It beats towards the sun with a thriving force, with small chunks breaking off now.
Mick wakes up. He's shaking in his bed. His cock is limp with his dry jizz. I must have passed out. Whoops. The end.
There was no conclusion.
It's not the end. Nick wakes up again.
Oh no!
He wakes up again, except this time he's standing over Zach's dead body,
He wakes up again.
which is
He's
also
alive.
caked in jizz.
Zach wakes up and then he realized it was all a dream and he
No,
killed
then
him.
Mick woke up after that.
No!
And Chris
No!
and Mick
Mick
have
wakes
their
up.
dicks in Zach's eyes.
Mick! The eagle wakes up. Ooh! The eagle screams. That was awful. Let's go.
That was Eagle Improv ever.
There you go. That's the Eagle Improv.
Eagle
No,
improv.
I wake up again. Zach's fucking blood and cum crust into a small little stone,
It becomes
which I
alive.
then.
That was the jewel.
It is the jewel. It was the jewel all along.
That's not.
I wrapped it all up.
You can't make
Okay,
a jewel out of
I wrap-
Chris,
I wrap-
let's do another one.
You want to do an improv?
Mario is sitting on his bed eating a slice of pizza and getting fucking pizza grease all over himself.
Luigi walks in and says... Luigi walks in and says...
He says, "What are you doing, you fucking fat piece
you
of
can't
shit?"
steal my improv. Come on.
Okay, let's do an actual improv.
We didn't finish Mario.
I'm Mario, you're Luigi.
I'm Luigi.
You're Princess Toad.
You're Princess Toad.
You're Princess Toad boy.
Okay, you're Mario.
Oh, this pizza. I like the flavor, the different flavors.
Mario, come on now.
Papa John's.
Stop.
Papa John's never fails to deliver on their delicious pizza deals. Go to PapaJohns.com right now. The Papa will give you a free drink and extra chicken poppers if you order a free pizza right now. Yeah, it's over. That's it.
My ear popped from laughing.
Let's answer the question. What the fuck were you talking about?
Your favorite childhood memory was fucking...
Oh yeah, how the fuck do we get eagles?
Talking to horses and eating
Oh, I used to drive eagles. Why did I do that? I don't know. Favorite childhood memory? I don't know.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were on that.
I don't know. You know, going camping with my family.
Really? When you were a kid, you liked that? You weren't like,
Yeah.
wow, the ground's hard.
No, I loved it. I don't know, going to like a ball game or something. I don't know. I just got in first grade. My mom brought me. She went to school. McDonald's. Which, you know, you should never did that before, but came to school. Was like, I have a surprise for you. Came out, like, brought me out to her car. We got a puppy. And she was a puppy, and it was my dog, and she was like eating the little dog was eating the fucking back seat belt.
Oh,
yeah, so
that's cute.
You put it down.
Yeah, we fucking stepped on his head until it died.
See.
No, but I don't know. I was like 7, and my mom gave me McDonald's and showed me a puppy beagle. So that was a fun memory.
That's cute.
How to pop that big, huh?
When I was a kid, my grandma used to, at the end of the day, she worked 2 jobs. She'd take me to school, then she'd go work her 2 jobs, come back, cook meals, and take care of everything around the house. My mom was in college and working at the time. And so my grandma did everything, but at the end of the day, she would sit in like this tiny little, she was a midget, dude. She had to actually have like a little, like, it wasn't even a cushion. It was like a straight up, like, it almost like a footstool that she put on top of the car seat just so she could see over the wheel of this Oldsmobile. Anyway, so she had this tiny little rocking chair. And she, at the end of the day, would read her newspaper, and I would play with Legos. So we'd be in the same room, and I always asked her, like, when she was going to go read her newspaper, so I could go into her room and just build Legos, like, while she was, you know, reading her newspaper.
Yeah.
But I also did this thing when I was a kid. This is when I was very young, like 3 or 4. I didn't know at the time what I was doing, but I would always play with Legos on my stomach. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm lying on my stomach, and I'm playing on the floor.
I thought you mean you built shit on your
stomach. No, not on my stomach. I may have done that too, though. But no, I'm lying on my stomach on the floor.
Yeah.
And I was building Legos, but I would always wear, like, sweatpants before I went to bed. And I remember I'd always, like, kind of, like, rub my pelvis against the ground.
You
like,
fuck the ground?
While I was playing with Legos. And I realized now that what I was doing was I was at an early age, I was jacking off.
You were fucking it.
I was like, yeah, I was like, whatever. And my grandma would always get so mad at me when I did it, and I didn't understand why. But she'd always be like, it's like, you're always like wriggling around on the ground.
Did she know what you were doing?
But I think she knew what I was doing, so she was like trying not to be like,
don't jack off?
Yeah, don't jack off.
That's really weird. Okay, wait, sorry.
No, but that was still like one of the best memories I have of my childhood.
Can I tell you something weird that, like, I've had this fucking memory in my head my whole life, and I, like, always forget to tell it.
Is it real?
Yeah, no, it's real.
Okay.
Is that it's like the same thing. When I was younger, I have a very vivid memory of sitting in my grandmother's kitchen with my uncle, my granddad, my grandma, my mom, and my dad.
Yeah.
And I was playing. I was rubbing my dick through my pants, like pretty hard, just like rubbing my dick.
Yeah.
And I just remember everyone in the room saying, "Chris, you have to stop doing that. Like, you have to. Like, it's
but no one was telling you what you were doing. They were just like, "Oh, stop, just stop."
No, they were like, "Chris, you're not supposed to be doing that. It's like this very dirty behavior."
How old were you?
Fucking 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But I just remember just being like, but I like the way it feels, and they're just like, "No, Chris, it doesn't matter. You have to stop doing that." But I just always just touch my dick in public, like, constantly.
Do you now?
No.
I touch my balls a lot without realizing. You ever kind of realize your pants?
You know what though? I went through a phase where I was like really against touching my junk like in public.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just because I don't know what happened, but I kind of like stopped caring about it. Like I went through a phase where like I didn't want to do it, Like I knew it was wrong and embarrassing, but now it's like if I gotta adjust my shit, I'm gonna adjust my shit.
How old were you? You figured out the waistband trick.
Oh God.
What was your first
15? Yeah, 15,
I was not
14.
subtle at all until I was like 13 or 14. I used to get erections like in class,
Yeah.
and then the bell would ring. And I was like, I have to walk to the next class, so I had to do one of two
It
things.
took you that long to figure out you could just like.
Well,
You can't
listen,
flip your dick up into your shirt while you're in class.
you can't. You're stealthy. I learned how to do it. My point is, there's two things I would do if I had an erection. I had to walk to a different class.
Yeah.
One, I would like try to put books or a bag like in front of me.
Of course.
But if that didn't work, two, I would just put both of my hands in my pockets and lift my pockets up. But it didn't fool you because I just looked like I had an erection. I was also walking like an idiot.
Yeah, look at your three
It
thumbs.
didn't fool one fucking person.
Jeez.
But
Yeah, no, the waistband trick is good. The only problem though is like I did the waistband trick in high school a long time ago. And this is, in high school you're raging. Like your boners are bigger
oh,
than
it's
they've ever
ready to
been.
fucking pop.
It's like they hurt. It's like purple and it hurts.
Yeah, it's
Anyways,
God.
I just remember I had one time and I did put it in my waistband. And I don't know if the waistband was like almost like a rubber band where it was like pinching it so it wouldn't go down. Like it just stayed hard for a while through like part of the day.
Luckily, there's a point where it's like 60% instead of 100. You can kind of push it back down.
Yeah, but this was
And then
staying, for some reason it was staying around like the 80, 90
my
size.
God.
So then eventually what happened, I do remember this, we were in the cafeteria and we were waiting around and a friend came up and he was just like, hey, what's up? And it was very casual. It wasn't like one of those high fives like, yay! Like, like the end of a cartoon or some shit.
Yeah.
This was straight up just like, oh, hey, what's up, man? And so I went up to give him a high five. Now,
Don't say it.
in Malaysia, we all have shorts and we have...
don't say it,
And
man.
we have short sleeve shirts.
Oh no.
But I was, this is, I was kind of, I was a little bigger at the time, so like everything's a little tight. I just remember going to give him a high five.
Oh, don't say it.
And I can straight up see the head of my, because like when I lifted my arm, my shirt kind of came up a little bit, and you can straight up see just like the little head like poking over the fucking
Did he
thing.
see it?
No, it wasn't mentioned, but I know.
He saw it.
No,
He totally saw your thing.
I just remember when I did the high five because I wasn't even really looking in his eyes. It was like a really casual, like, oh hey, what's up? So I was just kind of like looking down while I high fived him, and I remember like as soon as that happened, my shirt came up, and I could see my dick hole just staring right up at me, and I was like, oh, all right. And he never said anything. No one said anything. No one saw anything.
One person caught
No
it.
one saw anything. Me, I saw it. The end.
That's a huge fear of mine. Or your pants are gonna fall down and the burrs are gonna pop out.
Yeah,
mine too.
but now that I'm older, I'm like, I wouldn't mind if someone's, what I mean? It's like, if you want to see it, go ahead.
Yeah. Do you guys remember when you were younger and you touched the tip of your dick and you'd be like, oh, I can't, it's too much.
Oh, you mean like the sensitivity of it?
Yeah. Do you remember that? Or is yours still like that? Because mine's sure not anymore.
No, mine's definitely not anymore.
I can slap it around.
I mean, it's covered in calluses.
I could punch
and
it.
scabs.
I could drop a cinder block onto my tip and blow it up.
I think, you just spend so much time with it, you're so used to it. But I think back then, especially, I was getting boners all the time when I was a kid. I remember that. Like, I could get a boner doing anything. Watching anything, hearing anything.
I still get boners doing anything.
Really?
If I see like one tit, that's it. I'm set
No,
off.
sometimes if I don't jack off for like a day and I'm like on the subway or I'm walking somewhere and I see like a billboard of a girl, like I need to jack off, and he's doing it, just it's weird, like what switches that off?
Yeah, if
you're watching
I can
the
sit
news-
in my room for 4 days straight, and if I don't see a tit, I'll be like, okay, I'm good. But then the second I see a tit,
No, I'm
You just
talking.
come.
Wait, do you mean you mean like a bare breast?
yeah.
No, if I see a girl, like if I don't do it for a day, I'm like, oh, look at that, I need to jack off.
What if this is
What if Chris got out of the shower and it was really steamy, so it was kind of hard to see, and you just saw his butt?
you saw my curves?
Yeah. Do you think you'd get horny?
Did you have a hot girl butt?
Yeah,
He kind of does.
I do. I got a big
I
fat
don't
ass.
think so. I might feel really conflicted and then want to kill myself for a day and then I just jack off the next day and try to forget it.
When I was on the school tour in France and in high school, I was walking up the steps and some guy behind me was like, Chris, you've got a nice girl ass.
You do kind of have a girl butt.
I was like, thanks.
Well then.
I don't want to talk to him anymore.
I would either.
Zach, you got a little boy butt.
I have a flat ass. I have a white boy ass.
You've got a dog ass. You've got like shoulder
He
blades.
has no butt
got, like,
cheeks.
shoulder blades
his
for an ass.
His butthole
Stop
just
the
like
podcast.
sticks out.
Stop the podcast right now. This is not a joke.
You've got two baby fingers for an ass.
We've been doing this for so long and it's been fun, but
Are you going? Are you done? Poor baby.
Have you ever stuck your dick in a vacuum hose?
I tried once when I was a kid.
Did you really?
Yeah.
While it was going?